Aloha kako, what is up everyone? What's happening? What's going on? It's Hoku peeking in. I know that I am cycling into more flow with my moon cycle, so I'm anticipating the flow. I'm feeling the movement in the womb space. I'm seeing the swelling of the womb. So I already know, being in tune, that I am in the process of release. And it's just been very interesting because, and I call him my babies, my youngest is with me and he's chilling, but he's reading his little Elmo book that we got him a long time ago. The reason I got on right now is, let me get this opala out the way. This is from my son a while ago. But anyway, the reason that I came on to, I guess, talk to you guys is I ended up channeling something yesterday along with the embodiment of that emotion of arrogance that my last video was about. So I was feeling like this energy of arrogance, pompous nature, just this really like hoity-toity kind of attitude, and I wasn't really sure in the beginning where that was coming from, but that's why I did the video. But once I had gotten home and we was piling out of the car, I realized that my youngest's stuffed dinosaur, it's like this T-Rex that has like a heart on its chest, but I realized he had somehow, in between me running around, running errands, getting the kids from school, at some point through all of that, I noticed he had ripped his freaking dinosaur. We literally only had it like a month and a half, I think. But he ripped the heart right off of the dinosaur, right out of the chest. There's even like a little hole where there's stuffing coming out, and then there's like these little strings. Oh, sorry, love. Ikaw lamay. I'm sorry. No worries, Mom. Thank you, Bobby, for being so understanding. Oh, you want more bite? Oh, we bite. We bite. Oh, all right. Hold on, you guys. I would normally cut this, but I don't know. I'm just kind of going with the flow. Like I said, I'm in that stage, that processing stage of moon cycle. Downloads are loading literally in the portal space of truth. So I'm just going with it. But anyway, so yesterday when I noticed that, I was like, damn, I almost immediately felt a relief from that arrogance. What it told me, what it spoke to me was that person who was feeling the seed, the pit of arrogance, that person is at risk for their Oh yeah? Your pico had water? Yeah. It went into your belly? Yeah. 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 But I'm feeling like that person that's walking around with that seed, that pit of arrogance that they have yet to fully transmute, is at risk for a broken heart, is at risk for things falling apart in their home space, in their relationship, in their communications with their partner. I'm feeling like this is really going to affect someone closest to them, someone with the closest access to them in a partnership, if you know what I mean. So yeah, this could be like a love truth seeking, but like I said, I almost felt this immediate sense of relief when I realized that the stuffed animal had been broken, and I was like, oh man, what has this kid not broken? But in the same sense, I was like, wow, we spend so much time like in relationships. Sometimes things have to literally be ripped from us, from our grasp, from our power. People have to be torn out of our lives, in a sense, in order to have the space now to mend. So that puka, that hole that is left in our chest. But then I thought about it. I kept saying the arrogance was like this pit, this seed in the center of ourselves, right? Sometimes that love, that connection, that relationship that is not healthy, that is toxic, has to be removed, because at the seat, at the root of that relationship was that energy. Y'all was flaunting what you had, accomplishments that you've made, romance within your relationship. Like, I don't know, something was illustrated. I'm seeing like people, I'm feeling like you kept a persona going, but I'm seeing like the fool. Now is the time when this shit gets ripped from your grasp to fully accept new beginnings. Change the narrative. Like, so you went from having this like ideal love front and center, literally, to it being ripped apart, falling apart, And now you're left with a hole. But that hole has now fully allowed that seed of arrogance that, you know, because that arrogance is going to get slapped quick all the way down to humility. But that's what's needed. Now you're left with a hole that needs to be mended, but now is the opportunity to do so. So I'm really just feeling like someone out there is really going through some shit in their relationship that they might not want to admit is happening, or it happens all of a sudden. And you're sort of just like kind of left at a loss for words. But the relief is you knew this was coming. You knew that the root of that love was something undesirable in you. Like it fed something undesirable, which is that need maybe that you had to act like your shit didn't stink. But it really does. And spirit is favoring you enough to dissolve, rip, sever this tie, this connection, because it's a karmic connection with your partner. So I'm feeling like we're definitely, as we cycle in our truth, as we delve into the spaces of womb, of relationship, of family, I'm feeling like we really need to allow these clots, these false loves, we need to allow that to be detoxed from our spirit, you know, really cleanse yourself of this person. And I'm not saying that this person that you were with is like horrible or whatever, but I definitely am seeing deceit. You know, let's just go to the cards. I'm gonna first go to my I'm just gonna pull from my guidance cards and corroborate once again with divine and see what truth needs to be spoken. So off the bat, the summer fine, your inner child is in need of freedom. You need to set that inner child free. This is about that feeling of wellness, of calmness. That's what you desire. You desire that reconnection with your inner child who dreamed of, you know, a certain type of love, or who might not have even known what real love is. And so you've been in search of your whole life, and you've been in relationships and partnerships that were toxic, not healthy, abusive, fucking just in all aspects, you know, and not like, I'm not seeing it was a heavy situation of near death, but I'm feeling the fear, and I'm feeling like I don't take even the littlest shit. So any trauma that was inflicted or instilled, I take that shit to heart. The seed of arrogance that's been ripped out, through your renewal, it will be replaced. But how it is replaced is all up to you at this moment. It's like you're at a fork in the road, because it could be replaced with more shadow, more fear, like some other issue that eventually will have to be ripped out or extricated or burnt or whatever, like taken out, like some kind of cancerous mass. Or it could be filled with more light. There could, you know, more stuffing would go in that puka. More stuffing, mean the stuff you made out of. The divine guidance, the divine pouring of light and truth into you is what fills that space that once held shadow and darkness and illusion, right? So, truth flow. What else do we need to know about what's going on with this love, connection, severance? That you are guided through it all. You are closely being watched by your guardians, your ancestors, because they want to ensure you are being guided to the right path. Because right now we're going through phases, and like I said, I'm feeling that like my moon phases. This is a time of release, beginnings, and this says that this is about endings into beginnings. So even though we feel like something just got ripped out, even though our relationships might be going to shit, our partnerships might be feeling like they're falling, there's a sense of freedom and relief in that. I'm sensing you're not scared. So I'm not speaking to someone that's like, oh, I sitting in the corner fucking bawling your eyes out. But you know what, if that is the release that you need, let it flow. If you are emotional and you're, you know, a part of your chart is pulling more towards that as a form of cleansing, then do so, but do not stay in that energy, because you are not meant for that space. That is temporary space. Like I said, it's just phases. So your guides got you, and they're standing next to you. They're with you as we speak, and they're guiding your reception of this information right now, so that you understand. You overstand the position that you hold and the direction you need to flow. Tending to your inner guardian. Reconnecting and grounding yourself to natural truth source. Healing of your body, healing of your mind, healing of your spirit. You are the mahi'ai, you are the farmer. You have the power through your connection with divine to change, to reevaluate. Thank you, puppy. Don't eat out of there. This is your time for spiritual healing. Not worried about your connection with the person who broke your heart, because there could be, you're not worried about the person that broke your heart or was cheating on you, was fucking up your financial accounts or whatever. You're not worried about somebody that was just in a space of deception and lies. I'm feeling like that was the route and that was the reason why the relationship might have fallen apart. Because you're growing. I'm seeing you're guided. You're in light, but this person might just be really heavy, a heavy burden for you spiritually. And it's almost like for them, you're heavy, but not because you're dense in the same dark shadows that they are. You're heavy because your energy is lifting up, and they're like trying to hold on and like grab your feet to make sure that they can try to pull you down. But your divine elevation, your divine evolution outweighs, in a sense, and is stronger than their ability to hold you down, essentially. What else do we need to know about this? Freedom. Out in the field, singing songs, tending to our garden. Ole, put the papali back in the car. We're really finding joy in every single day, and joy in the process of tending to our spirits, our souls, our gardens. Mahalo. Because we're trying to get back. We're trying to gain that sustenance and that sovereignty to head back home to where we belong. This is really clearing up any karmic cycles, past lives, energy. That's why shit gets ripped from us, because that's not for us. Yes, we are in the process of healing our divine masculine, our health, our wealth, our finance, our inner child. Don't think like this is, so we're bandaging that puka that was left in our hearts. But not just bandaging it, we fucking had to, some of us, it might have been bad enough of a severance that we really have to stitch things up. There might be things missing from us because this person left, or, you know, whatever, there's no union. You might have to tie up the loose ends, essentially. But that shit will dissolve and fade. You will heal. You will experience and fully overstand the knowledge, the wisdom that was granted through the healing process. Anything else, divine? So now's the time. Don't bite your tongue. It's not time to bite your tongue and try to just push the stuffing back in and just like deal with the pain, but leave your wounds open. It's time to speak your fucking truth. The realist you know, the realist that is shown to you. Your voice chakra is open. Now's the time to not hold back, because if you do hold back on speaking your motherfucking mind, you're not giving yourself a chance to fully heal from the bullshit you just were pulled from. Divine reminds you, you are well liked in the spiritual and in the physical realm. Good things are spoken about you from the angels' mouths. In essence, there's a lot of people inspired by your truest light that emanates from within this crystal aura, because you project love. More love, more life. You project more love, which is truth. But you don't love in the soft way. You love in a way that is constantly experiencing the cycles of rebalance. You know, the scales are balancing. If it tips, you need to pour a little bit more love on this side. If it tips the other way, you need to pour a little bit more love into that side. You're really just in tune with keeping yourself balanced, but keeping this dance between the divine masculine and feminine flowing. You can't be stiff as a board, light as a feather, stiff as a board, you know. You want to manifest, you want to conjure up balance, because you are the center focal point between the physical and the spiritual realm. So there has to be a balance. You don't want to dive too deep into this dimension or fucking just be out of this world, lost in the universe, while having to physically live in this one. It's probably what they call people that are schizophrenic or suffer from different mental illnesses. It's just there's a a misalignment between mind, body, and soul. One or the other could be lost out there. Oh, Oli Bubs. Stop doing that, please. Thank you. All right, what else do we need to know about this connection or this disconnection? Because I feel like it's giving you enough freedom where you are no longer tied down to this other person. At least that's where your mindset is at. So even if it hasn't happened and you are not fully separated from this person, I'm feeling like you are definitely experiencing more of a wholeness of self. Like you've sewn up that puka, so you're not like missing a piece that you feel like needs to be put in that space. You are feeling the wholeness. And that is allowing you to reach a point of awakening and self-awareness, to really experience the realizations that had a hard time coming through because that love was blocking your reception of the newness, the new awareness, the new realizations, the chance for something better to come through. The unity, the sacred unity between self and higher self, between self and divine. That wasn't able to really happen because you were blocked by the illusion of the love that you were carrying for someone who deceived you, who cheated on you. But you couldn't, and even though you felt heartbroken when that shit was, the lid was blown off, literally, or when the relationship plummeted, or things were exposed, I'm trying to, even though you were feeling heartbroken, there was that sense of relief because you knew that you were finally able to be free. Finally able to be your truest self, someone authentic to themselves, someone who knows their divine positions here on earth are of the highest rankings. Someone who is finally able to heal those lower vibrations and move on, elevate, because you are highly favored. All right. Any other truth to be seen in this situation from this deck? Divine truth flow. Mahalo. Anything else to be seen or shown or shared? Nope. Ooh, I'm being a little rough. I need to go gentle. We're in the process of healing. We're in the process of the womb space to be opened up in rebirth, in release, in relief of this achiness, this pain that we're feeling, of this heartbroken energy. Damn. Okay, so what I'm seeing with this, forget the photos, bruh. Don't be looking and reminiscing through fucking photo albums and shit. That's gonna leave your home just really like stressful. Like this energy is gonna come through. Like, don't let them, I'm seeing like, don't let them hit you with that sentiment card and have you falling back into this energy. Oh baby, remember when we did this? Remember these memories? Remember this stuff we've been through? Remember these photos? They really want to like rub it all in your face. But remember that heart, that love was covering up the true root of arrogance that bond, that union, that relationship, that connection had formed. That illusion that it was projecting. But thought that by covering it up with a certain, symbol or a certain like look, a certain fragrance, a certain appeal, whatever, that it wasn't going to expose the root. It wasn't going to expose the wound at the end of the day. So don't get pulled back, sucked back into skipping down memory lane just because you are the true muse or subject in the center of their eyes. Just because you are the apple of their eye doesn't mean, just because they try to victimize themselves, don't let that be the reason why you stay in a cold house. Ooh, damn, yeah. So I saw Ohana first upside down. This is telling me some shit's flipping, This severance is definitely going to disrupt, flip the home life, the family life, right? It's going to be difficult. It's going to be hard. But this is a reminder of your divine connections. The storms will feel powerful, but the lessons will be learned. The wounds will be closed and healed because you allowed the storms to happen for the sake of renewal, healing, emotional cleansing. You weathered the storm and you restored yourself to balance. You rebalanced yourself. All right, I'm gonna get one card. My tarot deck. So 5 of Pentacles. So this could apply to an earth sign. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. And we're speaking on possibly the end of the challenge, the end of, like, we're finally able to move forward. We're not as stuck in this exhaustion and exertion and like rocky foundation instability. We're able to now get the green light to go. This would have been the Hierophant in a different deck, but it's called the Mystic in this one. So I'm seeing, okay, so for this one I'm seeing a lot of the green light to flow, resetting your financial situation, possibly the things that were fucked up. Now that the severance, the ties have been cut, now is your opportunity to start to fix, mend, stitch up any issues that might have been left exposed after, you know, this breakup or whatever. And this reverse Hierophant is saying possibly that now is the time where you are really allowing yourself the freedom, that you are breaking free from your like conventional ways and conventional like routines and patterns. Like your whole life is going, I'm feeling like, to be reset, especially with this womb energy. I'm feeling as I'm entering into the release of my moon cycle, I am definitely feeling that this love connection was a necessity. It was a necessary step for your healing process and your spiritual growth to really change things, flip things around. Okay, yes, so I had to change the angle because I had to change locations. I had to do something real quick. But wherever we left off, I think we were on the Hierophant. These changes are necessary. And you have gained now the access to the freedom that you desire. Not being bound by the doubt, by the worry, by the dishonesty, deceit, whatever it was that you were bound by. I'm going to go ahead and clear this. Oh. And I want to draw your goddess energy that is resonating off of you now. Alright, so I just want to go ahead and use this African Goddess Rising deck. Go ahead and tune into the energy, the goddess energy that we are embodying currently, presently, in the moment. In the moment, in whatever moment it is that you find this truth. What energy are you resonating? I need to learn from. Ooh, mahalo. Got 2 energies. So this could have been that. Pentacles, Earth energy. And what else do we get? Hierophant. Hierophant, I'm thinking, is that water energy? The first card that flew was Ayazan. It's a beautiful card. Then we got Mame Kumbabang, the Speak Up card. So we got Miracles and Speak Up. So let's go tune in. We got 42 and 33. Divine. So card 42 is essentially Goddess of Miracles. This is based out of Haiti. Temple of the High Priestesses. The element, bush. So this is the earth element. Mambo, or priestess, Ayazan, is the wise Haitian Iwa, or deity, queen of the market, riches, and sacred initiations. Respect her as the highly venerated spirit of the first priestess. So this card is essentially saying that you are a magnet for miracles. Yes, love. What's the matter? What's the matter? Your toe? What happened? Oh, it'll be okay. Yeah, it'll be okay. What if you truly allowed yourself to believe? All things are possible. Dare to dream bigger. This is the energy you're stepping into as you are released from the ties, the karmic cycles, the poor, cold home and relationship space that you've been holding. The embodiment of this card is saying you claim you want miracles, but you take in, I'll believe it when I see it approach. What if you will see it after you believe it? Believe that you deserve to be, do, have the world that you want for yourself. You can be your true self, do what awakens your soul, and have your desires. This is life's miracle. So this is really believing, trusting universe, trusting that from the severance, from the separation, from the devastation, there is your rise. High Priestess rise of miracles, manifestations. And then we have the Mame Kumbabang card. Card number 33, that Kundalini rising energy. Rising into your highest goddess self. So we got... So this card is saying it's the Temple of Griots. And the element is water. So that could have been the cups, right? The cups, the emotions that occurred during the severance. We got that Speak Your Motherfucking Mind card too. That severance was allowing us to really cleanse out the wounds with our voice and our truth. But this says, Mame Kumbabang protects the mouth of the Senegal River. When making an offering to her, you must not speak to anyone else, coming or going. Sing for her, chant for her, call to her. Give Goddess Kumba your voice and she'll be happy. This is about speaking up, speaking out, speaking on it. You have a right to be heard. Nobody can take that away, but your truth at times is meant for a very specific diaspora of spiritual listeners. I don't know where that came from, but I feel like Spirit told me to just say that. Guidance, mahalo. The embodiment of this card is saying, you are betraying yourself by not speaking up. Yeah, you've been trying to keep up this illusion of partnership and love. But your words have power. Own your voice. As the old saying goes, stand up for something or fall for anything. Don't be neutral, yeah? Being neutral is not an option. When you stand firmly in your truth, you have thoughts, opinions, beliefs, and convictions. What do you stand for? Tell someone today. Mahalo. Reclaim your voice. Speak out. Speak up. Speak life. This is what Spirit wanted to leave you with. Rise in your power, goddesses. Gods and goddesses. This is my earth and water signs, perhaps. Or allowing grounding and flow. Alright, you guys, I'm going to close it out there. Mahalo for watching. Hopefully you guys resonated in some way. I'm definitely feeling like there is a... the ground is breaking up in order for us to farm and to tend our gardens, our soul gardens, in a more healthy and healing way. So yeah, I trust you are led forward in more love, more life, more guidance, more healing. And I will see you guys in my next video. Love, light, and always aloha.